So because we had the basement at the academy was full of casts.
Mm-hmm.
And for cast drawing we use charcoal.
Yeah.
And I went there with Minded and another friend.
Your husband?
Yeah, my husband and a friend. We were the 3 young people from the class, and we were always there. Having a good time together,
Mm-hmm.
drawing.
Mm-hmm. You did a classic education.
Yes, I didn't finish it, but...
You didn't need to finish it? You had already learned what you wanted to learn?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
But I felt I couldn't learn it at the academy.
Oh, yeah.
So there was so much more I wanted to learn about color, and I felt that the teachers I had then just couldn't teach me that.
Mm.
So the thing I thought was most difficult was knowing what to do with the background, because I always focused on the focal point of the composition. And so when, for example, we were painting from live model, then I always focused on a model, also because we only had 2 hours to paint, and I would just roughly put a background color in it.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah, you see that often in model paintings, that the background doesn't tell any story, or it's just the color.
Yeah, but now I would never do that.
No.
Because composition is the thing I think is most important in a painting or a drawing, and also for me the most enjoyable part to do.
Yeah.
So if there is a lot happening in the background, then that's the perfect subject for me. I like it a lot.
Every painting tells a story.
Yes.
That's a fact. Even if you don't want to.
But a lot of people, especially people who are only portrait painters, they like to focus on the face, and they don't enjoy painting a background. At least that's what I've heard a lot from others. I enjoy painting the background just as much as I like painting the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Shall we start?
We shall start, yeah. Okay. Well, there's always a lot to learn. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
You are never satisfied, but
Yeah.
I'm more satisfied about what I do now than I was back then.
Fortunately, there is always a lot to learn. Yeah. Yeah, later.
You do composition sketches, or?
Only for commission paintings. I can change this drawing as much as I like, and then when I think this is good composition, then I start painting. And in oil paint it's different. And I had a time that I always cut a piece off from the canvas because the composition was not right.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing about composition.
No. Tell me. There is more.
I mean, choosing where to put the emphasis on and what not, but also color composition. So it is not only about what to put where, but also where to put the contrast, where you choose to paint more saturated colors. Where the paint should be thicker and where it should be thinner, where it is supposed to be airy and light, and where it should be heavy and maybe dark. So yeah, it's all about composition.
I wish that
I always make a composition sketch. I'm really
I wish that
into the sketch
would have taught me this at the academy, but we didn't speak about it that much. It's really a shame. And I haven't done this for years. Portrait drawing.
Yeah, but it's a bit difficult because we are moving.
Yeah. So let's use the approach like we do in a study or sketch. Yeah. Do you use a mirror during the painting, not to see yourself, but to see your painting?
Yes, I do. So, not all the time, but when I feel that there's something wrong, then I think maybe I should grab a mirror and check. And then I look in the mirror and think, oh no!
Yeah, that's why
I'm gonna throw this painting away right now.
I'm addicted.
Why didn't I see it?
Yeah. No, but that's what always happens when you see your work in the mirror. Always. So I will use a mirror today as well, if there is one. So you got 2 kids in 1.5 years?
One is the youngest, Artemisia, is 1.
Mm-hmm.
She turned 1 in October, and my son is 3.5 years old.
Okay. And since then
Yes.
there wasn't that much time to paint?
No, but I really feel that since I became a mother, I'm more productive. I'm better in time managing.
Yeah.
So even when I had a lot of time before the children came, I would sometimes just sit in my studio thinking about what to do. What should I do today? And now when I have time, I just grab my brushes and I know immediately what to do. So
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I recognize this totally. Yeah, you don't waste your time anymore as a parent.
No. Also, I think they are a big source of inspiration. I don't know about your work, but my work changed a lot.
Okay.
Since Ephesio came. So yeah, I really started looking at the world in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not only the way my work changed, but I changed as well. You're getting a very silly face. You know that actually it is almost impossible to paint and or draw and talk at the same time.
This is really an experiment.
Because you are using the left side of your brain when you're talking, and you should use the right side when you are drawing or painting.
Oh, okay.
So, but you are working mainly in watercolor, which I like. I like watercolor as well, but I work mainly with oils.
Yeah.
So why do you prefer watercolors?
Let's begin and say that I really like oil color. I like it a lot. For me, oil color is really like a symphony, and watercolor is more like a song. Watercolor is always going its own way. So you think that you know how it works, and then you use some methods and a way and a certain approach, and then it goes wrong, or you see a different effect. And I miss that in oil paint. For me, oil is just working very hard, and oil paint is really it just follows your brush, and while it's drying, it dries the same as it still looks the same as when it's still wet. And in watercolor, it always changes the paint and the color and the effects. This is good to go on.
The thing I like about watercolor is that you can do 2 works at the same time. Do you do that as well, or?
at the same time?
Yes, because when you are waiting for some washes to dry, you can just go over and do something else.
Yeah. Sometimes when when I feel that I have the energy to do it, or when I'm really busy, I sometimes do it. But I must admit that waiting and staring out the window and see what happens on the paper is really important for me. Just take my time, and I think I work quite fast. I make around 2 watercolors each week, but I take my time for it, so I don't hurry actually. I speed up the speed. That's what I did, because at first it took me I think 5 or 6 days or more to make a good watercolor painting, and now it takes sometimes half a day, sometimes 3. Things go easier when you work just fast and you don't think, and you feel that flow, and then in one breath
but you can't really choose that flow to come, right?
You can't choose, but
I mean, sometimes it's there, and sometimes you just have to put yourself to work without a flow.
Yeah, that's right, and then the flow will come. The flow will.
Yeah, will it? I don't think it's always there.
Yes, since what you just told about children, since there are children, the flow comes almost every week, several times in our studio. And before the children were born, no, I couldn't find the flow every day. Actually, no.
I usually am in the flow when I paint what I want. But when I have to do a commissioned portrait, I find it very difficult to get in that state of mind.
Yeah.
Did your work change when you had children?
The subjects didn't change. Maybe it will change later, because I really have some ideas about it. I don't take the time yet to work on this that much. But what changed is that I really choose the direction, and I went on with that kind of subjects and style. Before I got children, I was maybe more in doubt about this.
It always looks very rough in the beginning. But what was I saying? Oh yeah,
the doubts.
I didn't like that people would say my work is classical. But when I would look at my work, I would think, yeah, maybe they are right. It is something a bit too romantic or classical about it. I would like it to be more, well, not really modern, but yeah, more timeless. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit too, how do you say it in English? Oudbollig.
Old-fashioned?
Yeah, too old-fashioned. Yeah. And then I thought, well, maybe I am old-fashioned. There are very old-fashioned parts about me.
Yeah, and don't forget that your education was classic too.
Yeah, but it's only because all the other educations you can get in art are just so conceptual, and I don't like that at all.
No, but it must have an influence too. I mean, so when you do this education, you will maybe paint like an old master?
No,
Right.
well,
No?
I think you get the wrong idea from the education.
Yeah? Why?
That's what the Classical Academy may sound like it's classical, but actually it's really not.
No?
No. They really stimulate you to do something different, and
Okay.
also if you want to work more abstract, then that's totally possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's just the fact that you're working from life more,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not about the concept, but about what you see.
Okay.
I think that is the most important
Yeah.
a lesson you learn there.
Is it true that I see you're using the same brush all the time?
It is true.
Okay. And
Your
do you
senses don't deceive you.
And do you sometimes make a painting with only one single brush?
I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. And was this all right at the education?
They never said anything about it, so
No?
I guess it's so. No.
Oh, it seems to be so important. What kind of brushes do you use?
Well, every teacher has something else to say, so you just don't do your own thing.
So it sounds like you make a lot of paintings only with one single brush.
That's also true.
Oh.
Yes, but I just don't like all those brushes lying around. And as long as I just clean it, then
Yeah.
it's okay. I like the big brush.
Yeah.
I try to work with the big brush as long as possible.
Yeah.
So if it's possible, then I just continue working with this one. And every time I change color, then I clean it in here. I also don't use the dilutant.
No. You
Actually,
only
I
use
should put it.
some lin oil, I think, because it don't smell.
No, it's not. It's Gamsol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because lin oil would just become too fat, you know.
Yeah. 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 We've got company.
Yeah, maybe I should stop and accept the fact that it's not. Well, obviously, it's not a finished painting. I mean, that's impossible to do.
Yeah.
I guess.
This is well done. This is very good.
Oh, but that's also really me.
Really?
Yeah.
If I choose to draw your face in a larger size, then I would be able to. Dit is een paletmes. Daar kun je van de verf. Met zwarte zaadjes. Er zit een soort kruid doorheen. Uiteindelijk die mensen ietsje donkerder maken.
Even kijken hoe je mijn hoofdslaper maken.
Ik pak even mijn koffie hoor. Oh, je zit te kijken hoe je een hoofdslaper moet maken.
Ja.
Zie. Dat sluit me op. Het is leuk voor Gijs, want hij wil dat zelf maken.